Welcome to Coco Unapologetic and Raw, The Hype. What happens when the hype settles down and all that is left is you? When all the noise, the excitement, the cheers fade away, the group that you began with has dwindled down to just a couple of friends, then one partner, and now it's just you. The hype. So many of us lead lives filled with hype bandwagons to a point of addiction. We're addicted to the adrenaline, that flow of energy that gets us going to the point of riding the wave until it loses momentum. And then off to the next bandwagon we go, and the next, until the adrenaline rush ends. The problem with hype is that hype never lasts and causes us to become dependent on others. It causes us to blame others when things don't work out in our favor. It causes hurt when we are left alone and the people that started our journey are no longer with us. Hype builds up resentment and creates triggers within us. I honestly hate hype. I love the synergy that it creates, but hate the emptiness it constantly leaves me feeling. You see, I am a loyal, or as today's millennials refer to, a ride or die kind of chick. That's the way I was raised, and that's the way it has always been for me. I was always the first idiot to join any type of movement and the last idiot that kept the movement going, even when all had left to join something else. I later learned that this was a great trait to have. I was committed. But the world viewed the word commitment and committed as such a negative thing. And for many years, this flaky world made me truly believe that I was an idiot for being committed to things. I was shamed by other women for staying in a broken marriage. I was a loser for staying in a profession that doesn't value its workers. An embarrassment for resorting to bariatric surgery instead of losing weight, quote unquote, naturally. Idiot, stupid, conformist, you name it, that's what I was called. And over time, I started believing it, causing me a great deal of pain and depression. Through consistent treatment, I realized that it was the world that had it all wrong, not me. What was wrong with not living my life based on how I felt at the very moment? What was wrong with forgiving people and moving forward? What was wrong with resorting to today's technology to give me a second chance at life? I realized that we live in a world where no one understands what commitment really means. To be committed means that you put all your needs, wants, and desires aside, and you stick to the promise that you made to yourself or someone else despite how you're feeling at that very moment. It's so easy to do things based on the heat of the moment when you have a backup plan or a system in place and can depend on people to keep you going. I mean, who wouldn't want that? The problem is that people are inconsistent and sometimes life throws curveballs and challenges us to rise up and proceed on our very own. As Robert Frost once said, sometimes we must take the road less traveled and be truly unapologetic of how we walk that road to the rhythm of our own drum. When I started my weight loss journey, I did it for a man that broke my heart. On a very sad day, I asked him why he did not love me the way I wanted him to love me. And as painful as it was for him to admit and for me to hear it, he said that it was my weight. I was so upset that I decided to go on a screw him bandwagon and ended up gaining 50 more pounds until it all backfired and he chose someone else. When my girlfriends heard about this, the hype began. Everyone wanted me to leave him. Everyone rooted for me to kick him out, tell him off, and move on. Everyone offered me a place to stay, to start dating, and to live a little. But after careful consideration, I decided to forgive and stay. I took a real look in the mirror and asked myself the questions no one else dared to ask. I had to take some ownership about where my relationship had taken a bad turn and make amends with myself. Now, some of you might say, I can't believe, Raquel, that you're blaming yourself for what he did. Well, yes. As a matter of fact, I am. Now, I don't blame myself for all of it, but I did have some responsibility in this matter. Despite the popular opinion, I decided to lose weight even if it meant that no one would cheer for me, and that to my friends, I was a complete idiot for losing weight for a man. Why did I forgive him and stay? Well, because I was committed to him. I had made a promise for the better or worse. This was a worse, so why tap out now? I had witnessed one too many good friends jump ship and go along with the hype when their worst came, and nothing good ever came out of it, but more pain, more heartbreak, and more fronts. No matter how many friendships were lost due to my decision of staying committed, even when the commitment wasn't reciprocated, people failed to realize that my commitment wasn't necessarily based on a man. It was based on having peace within me, knowing that I would fight the good fight till the end, so that if the time came to depart, I would have peace in my heart knowing that I did all I could. My commitment wasn't exclusive to just my relationship. My commitment was based on a promise that I had made to myself, to place my needs and desires to the side, to address the core issues of why I had allowed myself to get to 400 plus pounds, to address how I ended up loving another human more than I loved myself. Why did I put everyone's needs first to the point of neglecting my own very health? The easy thing would have been to end the relationship and dive into another relationship, blame everything on him, and continue pretending that I was happy at 400 pounds, when the reality was that I was eating my pains away and hated myself. It has been 6 years since my heartbreak. Have I found true happiness yet? Nope. But I am reasonably happy, and I proceed day by day, staying committed to the promise I made to work on me. And I have enough love, respect, and strength within me to know that I have the freedom to peacefully walk away if the time comes. So that's love, but how does this apply to weight loss? Same formula, amigas. I commit to myself and set my feelings and heart to the side and proceed one day at a time. For many years, I abused my poor body, constantly shocking it with fad diets and boot camps. And then when the hype was over, I would find myself punishing my body for not giving me the results I wanted within the unrealistic deadlines I set for it. At work, I joined a workout group of 10 members. I lost 12 pounds and attributed my success to the group. But when the hype was gone, slowly, one by one, excuse after excuse, scapegoat after scapegoat, the hype was gone and only 2 of us remained. It's not for me. It's too stressful. My kids have sports. I don't think this group is giving me what I need. And the list of excuses kept coming. I remember begging a few members to stay because at the time, I didn't think I could do it alone. But when all was said and done, I too started having one too many excuses and regained all the 12 pounds back and blamed it on the weight loss group. Same for workout buddies. Lots of hype and excitement with the new workout buddy, meal preps, Facebook posts. All of this lasted about 2 weeks until the buddy would start having one too many excuses too. And there, I found myself alone and unmotivated to work out by myself. As for diets, believe me, I tried them all. But the hype never lasted past 3 weeks before I was off to the next diet. The cycle of the fitness hype was officially over, and there I was, regain after regain, disappointment after disappointment. I realized that I had to make a commitment to myself in this area as well. I had to commit to work out alone and push through. I had to love myself enough to set up time for myself and not leave myself hanging. While everyone turned out to be a flake and let me down, I was not allowed to let myself down. I no longer depended on people cheering for me or even people supporting me with my kids so that I could go work out. Between workout sessions and changing diapers, I just got it done. People were jerks about my weight loss and many times I cried. But over time, people's approval and cheers became a non-factor to me. While I was at my healthiest, my partner was only a donut away from a heart attack. Ironically, even though he was the root cause of my weight loss and the pain that I had, he became bitter and resentful towards me as I started to find success in weight loss. I recall coming home excited about completing my first obstacle course race, and him resenting me and not celebrating me for my accomplishment. This could have probably destroyed and stopped many and caused more heartbreak, but not I, because I no longer needed his approval or anybody else for that matter. Next, I completed my master's degree. Absolutely no moral support from my partner, but I got it done anyway. You see, hype is hype. We all love the feeling, but hype is worthless when all that is left is you. You have to be able to find it within yourself to push forward and love yourself enough to want to be better. Don't confuse being happy with becoming complacent. When the lights turn off, you gotta really ask yourself, are you happy? Are you reasonably happy? Take a good look at yourself. Is this where you want to be? Is this all you got? Or is there still a little fight left in you to rise up and push forward despite how you're feeling at this moment? How many more hype waves or bandwagons must you hop on before you make a decision to commit to yourself and discipline yourself to push forward and stay committed 100% and be accountable to your own journey? How much longer will you blame your partner for not meeting your goals? How much longer will you use your kids as scapegoats for not setting time to take care of yourself? When will the blame game stop? The coveting of other people's journeys, the waiting for the right time to get it together and work towards your own goals. Most of you have seen my partner and his recent weight loss success. Never did I wait for him, and never did I blame him for not meeting my goals. Never did I allow him to stop me because he wasn't working out, and never did I miss a session because he didn't want to go. Do you know why? Because it has always been me versus me, and now it's him versus him. It has always been that way. The road less traveled is the one I choose, my friends. It's the only one that I am choosing at this very moment. Is it a lonely one? Yes, it can be. But there are times when it's not. And I am thankful for those seldom times. It's the road that has helped me heal and fall in love with myself. I love myself. I really do. Do you love yourself? Thank you for tuning in to Coco Unapologetic and Raw. Take some time to soak that in and make some decisions to commit yourself. We're about to hit the 6-month mark of the year. Halfway there, amigas. How are you going to end this year? Are you going to end 2018 saying I could have, should have, would have? Or are you going to end 2018 saying I did it and I kicked ass and I love myself? Have a good one, amigas. Stay blessed, stay positive, and remember, one day at a time, one decision at a time, and it's always you versus you. Till next time.